What is going on, Brady McLean's Peach World Champion? Coming at you, and we're here with our man Law, messing around with some different builds and stuff, especially just with how everything's coming and the rise of yellow. And they're about to get a bunch more silly cards in a couple weeks, so messing around with some stuff, been trying to counter them, and also just with the pace of play and everything. So obviously, if you can see the biggest addition I've been testing out is Benjamin Beckman here. I really like this card. I think it's probably one of the best cards that Red has. So I figured I'd give him a spin. Just because, again, he's really good against yellow. They're pesky cards that have on KO abilities with healing. And also, too, he's just good removal of 6k or less. Because against, like, Mihawk for that Perona and anything else that you may be running into. But also, too, depending on the state of the game, if you have a Luffy on the board, that helps out, too, with removal. And X-Drake, too, if you get... So either of these are out. Helps put things in range for Ben Beckman. So I've been, having a good time with him. Setting things up. Outside of that, I do have a couple of Divine Departures. So been using Round Table, but with yellow and how easily they can just trash your entire life, you need counter. So that's why I've pivoted to Divine Departure, because it still is removal. And you just got to work for it a little bit. Again, if we're doing the same philosophy around Ben with Luffy and X-Drake, then this has been pretty solid. Outside of that, our top end's still the same. This Law has been pretty great against yellow just because his ability, being able to bail you out at the very end, because especially if they're playing like that Bonnie or whatever to trash your last life, or I guess add it to your hand. Being able to still use this and keep yourself in the game has been good. But outside of that, I do think you need blockers. That's why I got a couple BATSU and a couple Lucky Roo. If you don't like Lucky Roo, you definitely don't need him. But I like him just because of the drawing 2 cards. So any of our cards that we have right here, you don't need. Or if you need to just get more defense, being able to drop this and then get rid of any of those is nice. But outside of that, this BATSU has bailed me out a bunch. So that's why I still have 2. But you can mess around with those. I think against yellow, Kid has been pretty strong, especially if you're going second. Being able to drop him turn 2 into literally any of our cards has been great. So loving that. But yeah, outside of that, it's just playing how we've been playing. A lot of the matchups, again, you can just blast away. So depending on where you're going. But yeah, in certain matchups, you just want to take away your opponent's best curve, whether it's first or second, and then get things set up. So jump some games, see if we can find some Ben Beckman action, and see how it goes. All right, we got some yellow Luffy here. We're going to keep this because we have our card we want to test out here. And yeah, we'll throw down Luffy for the search. Bunch of stuff. Very not great to see. I guess we'll grab another killer based on this. And I go from there. But we get Law, which is decent. We'll throw down, both of these, I guess, and then we'll give it a try, see if they have the event or not. Alright, so they don't have the event. So we'll see what they play here, and we just got to kind of be aggressive on the counter. Okay, unless, I guess they do have the event. So, alright, we'll take that. So, play around that there. I honestly don't have anything I can really do here. So I drop this down and then maybe make a play around some of our other stuff. So I drop this for, 2? Then we can do... Alright, we'll attack them here. See what they do. So, alright, now they're using the event. Moving this stuff around. The next turn, I mean, if they play the Nico Robin, not much we can do about that. But we have Ben Beckman to try to trade. But also, too, we'll just see if they're bricked in life here or not. So we can do, this. And I'll switch it around on one of these. Why not? So then we can do this. That there. Attack him 6 on 5. See what card that is. All right, Jinbei. I mean, it is what it is. But should be able to clear their stuff next turn, hopefully, because I do have Ben Beckman. If they play anything silly, we can mess around with that. I'll get rid of that here, and then I'm expecting, again, the Nico Robin. Or not. They have Sanji. Okay. Interesting. So another Sanji. Okay. Well, then we throw out Ben Beckman and get rid of this guy. Or do I want to go... Ooh, X-Drake might be more fun. So I can play around with this here. So I'll drop that down. Put both of these here. We'll attack them. 7 on 5. Okay, seems a little bit crazy that they do that. But, alright. And then we'll put one here then. Attack them 8 on 5. Okay, cool. And yeah, depending on what they do, because the reason why I'm doing leaving Luffy and X-Drake up is in case they play something like Kid. Because then we can use Ben Beckman to get rid of him, which would be very fun. So we'll use Lucky Roo there. Okay, they play Nico Robin instead. Alright. Drop this, get rid of this. We can get rid of that. So, alright, let me hit him here. See what happens. Okay, then we can do this and this. Alright. See what this card is, I guess. So that's not a life trigger. Then I guess I'll put one here. We'll attack him again. Alright, that's not a life trigger either. Cool. Then let's get rid of that. Alrighty. So, alright, they attack Luffy. Fine with that. For 10, I guess if they have Bonnie. Okay, never mind. They have Nami. Well, mistake there. So, again, they can't get rid of X-Drake. Unless they have 2 of these, I guess. But that might have been, yeah, a game deciding thing. Because we might be able to win the game next turn. So we have, I can drop Law. So, alright, we'll see, yeah, what happens. We can go, yeah, 7. Okay, they do that. Alright, then I'll go 5. Get rid of that. Okay, we'll go 7 again. Because, yeah, unless they hit, I mean, a bunch of super silly counters were okay. Alright, well. Well, we're still fine. So, they only have the 1. But both of these, I got a 2K. And then we also have Law's ability here. So, we should be fine. Not really anything they can do, to be honest. Unless they hit something super silly. But, yeah, Ben Beckman able to clear some of their stuff. Go no. We can counter with that. See what else they... I guess, yeah, they don't have anything super crazy to put on, I guess. No. Counter that as well. But leave it up 3. Alright, interesting. Alright, nothing I can do about that. But we're still chilling with all of our life and everything here. Get another Law, which I don't really need. So we can then do... Let's see. We'll throw 2 on here. Attack them 9 on 5. See what they do. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot they had that from their other shenanigans stuff. Alright, well, we'll just attack him here then. They block that, okay. And then, yeah, we just gotta load up everything here. Attack them at 13 on 5. And, alright, they got nothing there. So, yeah, there's stuff here. But, yeah, Ben Beckman gets to make an appearance, which is kind of cool. And, yeah, had a chance to set up some stuff. Obviously, interesting play out of them early when they trashed Kid then. I guess they just, like, expected to draw into more stuff. Be able to play around, like, Bonnie and everything. But able to keep our life, again, healthy, which is pretty much what you need to do. And then, yeah, being able to play around Their early game stuff, if they can't play any of these annoying like heal cards, you got a good shot. All right, we got some Mihawk action here. So we can keep this. We have, yeah, Luffy's hit some searches, see if we can find killer. All right, we do. All right, dang, seeing all this stuff kind of stinks. But we have another Luffy, so we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I do need to play killer here. All right, they have Kid and Killer. So they're grabbing, yeah, 2K there already. Okay, we draw Zoro, which is nice off of that. Drop that down. Okay, I'll throw this down as well. I guess we'll want to grab Law based on our stuff there. And then we'll put this on here and this. Hack him here and see what happens. So we know they got the 2K. Alright, they burned the Kiku one instead of the Zoro one. Okay. So they throw down the Zoro blocker. Fine with that. And then, alright, we take one here. Okay, we get Hawkins, which is cool. We could go, that might be a play. And we get Ben Beckman. So I get to test out our man, Benjamin. So if we have here, I guess I don't really need Hawkins. So we could go this play here, get a couple blockers. And then I can still swing at them twice. So, alright, we'll put one here. Attack them 6 on 6, see what they do. Alrighty, and then play both of these out. Use this here. Put one there. Attack them there, minus that down. And then depending on what they do, or what they play, we have Ben Beckman for some board control. That could be fun. And then, yeah, obviously we have, again, some blockers. So, yeah, we'll just see what they drop here and go from there. It does stink that I don't have pretty much anything to power to do. So if we did, we'd be in a good spot. Very interesting play. Okay. Gotta say, it was not a... I'm gonna load up, especially because, okay, interesting. I'll play Ben Beckman and just get rid of this. Have this here, and then we just clear this. So, yeah, get rid of... So, alright, let me... minus this down, I guess. Because, again, this is only on KO, so... I can not worry about that stuff there. And then I kind of want to just get rid of this. To be honest, that'd be cool with one. So, alright, let's drop that down. Alright, hack him here one-on-one. See what they do. Okay, I force them to do that. Cool. Put the one there. Attack him here. Alright. The next turn could play Law. And then if we can blast away at them, we'll be in a good spot. They're playing kind of weird with being very aggressive with attacking. So I don't know. Means they got a bunch of like high-end stuff. But alright. But also, too, the good news with like a lot of Mihawk players going to the Supernovas build is don't have to worry about Shanks as much because yes, they have the searchers, but they got a good old don't have to worry about them getting Shanks unless they draw Shanks. So they throw down another Zoro blocker. All right, and then well, I guess we'll see if they put down on this guy and swing. I guess not. Okay. Well, let's get rid of Barto here, because again, with their big stuff, then we're going to be cooked here soon anyways. There's not a whole lot we can do. Yeah, I guess we get Law set up. So I'll throw Law down. Give myself one here. Honestly, let me attack this. So I get them the 4 off the board. I don't want to, worry about stuff there too much. So we'll attack him 7 on 6. Because they're playing just high swings with leader. Okay, and then we can do 10 on 6. Okay. Well, I'm very glad to get this out of here. All right. Oh, they're playing crazy with it. I am not gonna lie. We'll attack him here. Minus this down. Okay. So, all right. They're just leaving up all their blockers till the end, I guess. But I mean, if I get them down, we can hold this, and then I'll play Zoro this next turn. We can go from there. They're freezing, this anyways. Buff them up to 8, and then rest in this. Okay. So I guess we'll see what they do. Again, they're playing weird. So all right, they're attacking Ben. Well, if they play like Mihawk or anything, this would get frozen like anyways. So just block here. And I'm just gonna pretty much poke at them with stuff. So we can then throw this down, attack him 8, minus this down. So again, they're low on cards in hand, so there's not too much I got to worry about. So if they do that, we'll put 1 here, attack him 8 again. So all right, they decide to sack 1 there. And then we can do 1 here, both of these, attack him 8 again. See what they do. Okay, interesting. Then I'm gonna make a play here then, so that we can then do this. And then if they're bricked in hand, this is gone. Okay, well, we force them to do that. Alrighty. So we might be able to just win. I have all these 2Ks, so we're kind of chilling. Again, Ben Beckman ripping their Perona. We don't have to worry about them getting anything. And we got our high-end stuff. Unless they load up a ton of Dawn to attack here, that's all they got really. So, or they're doing this. So 11 on 7. Well, if we keep him up, it's probably the better play. So I'm fine with that. So we have the 2Ks to keep up Law here. So no, we'll counter. I'll do this, and that. And I think we can just win on this turn here. So I can mess around with their stuff there. All right, we'll attack him here. Minus this down. All right, and then attack him 10 on 6. Put them in a weird spot. Okay. I'll put 1 on here then. We'll just hit him 1. And then we got Makino to supercharge Luffy. So drop this down. We'll put 1 here. Do this here. Leader ability, do this and this. And then the satisfaction of going crazy at 22 on 6. So there we go. So, but got to a little more Ben Beckman action. And again, he's just, obviously it sucks because we can't search him or anything, but at least so far, he's been super good to get rid of just very annoying cards. So, especially, this Perona, again, not having to worry about the KO effect has been cool if you get him. But all their silly Billy cards you can get rid of. And again, if you do get X-Drake set up as well, being able to potentially set up and play around with, again, his is just 6,000 or less. So if you're able to mess around with any heavier cards and get them down with any of your other stuff, power reduction, he's also nice to, again, just be able to get whatever off the board. All right, we got some yellow Luffy action. I'm gonna keep this because we have Ben Beckman so we can test him out. But normally I'd mulligan to get a better card we could play. So, and then we get that here. I guess we'll attack him here, see if they have the event or not. All right, they do not, but they get Jinbei, which very unfortunate for us. Again, whatever is in here determines whether we win or lose. If they have a bunch of life triggers like this, there's nothing we can do. There's just straight up like nothing at all there. Well, we can count it as one. And then, yeah, I guess we take this one. All right. I need not this. All right. This is not good. This is as bad as it can get, to be honest. So I'll put the 3 on here then. We'll attack him there to get 1 at least. Yeah, we got Killer, so that's kind of cool. So we can put him here. We'll put this here and then attack him again. And I mean, if we get cards out of their hand, that's okay. Alrighty. So they're selling out with everything here. Fine with that. And then they're throwing down Kiku. Okay. Well, we got Ben Beckman to get rid of this. So fine with that. And then they're doing that there as well. Alright, we'll get rid of Lucky Roo here. Alright, I get another Ben Beckman. So we'll drop this down. Trash that there. And then, yeah, same thing. Just attack him again here. Okay, they have the event. But we at least got them low in cards in hand. So we can keep chipping away, I guess. It just doesn't look good. So again, I mean, if they have anything else here, we're just kind of cooked. All right, they don't have anything crazy to play, so that's good. Next turn, again, we got Ben Beckman and Barto. So we can do that. Do both of these. All right, they're leaving up another 2. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to take this one. Alrighty. Well, I kind of want to play Ben Beckman again. Make sure we get rid of one of them. So attack him here. All right, because then we'll at least be able to pressure stuff a little bit. So if I drop this down, attack him there. Play this and this. Okay. Attack him here, see if we get a card out of their hand. Alright, we do. Alright, well that means I can do this then. Pretty much have to. So we get another Sanji anyways, but again, it is what it is. So we'll do this here. Attack him again. Okay, well, yeah. That again, this is how it is against yellow. Like, it wouldn't have mattered if they have. It wouldn't have mattered at this point if they had this or not, because they've hit every single life being a trigger here. So, but we can at least be a little annoying, so that's good. And yeah, we can play around. Pretty much have to do this here. I got Barto for that, so we'll go here. And then block that. Okay. So have everything here. Honestly, I have to keep this, play the one there. I need to get rid of this. So, alright, let me attack here. See what they do. They take that there. Okay. Then we'll attack here again. Oh, they do that. I'll drop this down. And yeah, we just got to load up here and then attack that. And I hope they don't have okay, or they got enough counter to counter out of it anyways. And they got another Bonnie. So, alrighty. Well, this game was just against us from the beginning. Because, yeah, everything that they had. But literally nothing we could have done. Again, it's just whatever they have in here. Even if they have this event or they don't. Like, it really doesn't matter whether how this plays around it. Because, again, it's just RNG of what's in their life. Alright, we got some Luffy here. I'm going to rip second. Just because I know they like going second. Our options here. Honestly, I'm going to keep this. Because I could play this. And play around with things there depending on what we get. So then I can make a play there and there. Alright. We'll drop down BATSU and then we'll see what they do. Also, I like this a little bit better because you get a lot more info going second if they swing or not. Or if they only leave 2 up, then you know they have the 1 event. But obviously we're going to have to take this. So that's already. Oh, we have both of these here. Yeah, we'll just swing 5, see what happens off of this, and then play Kid, because Kid in this matchup is actually pretty good. So being able to get him out, especially if they do, yeah, something similar like that. So we'll drop both of these down, and then switch this here, attack him here, again, see what they do. But this matchup, oh yeah, they have the Thriller Bark stuff, but just depends on what's in here, honestly. No matter what engine they got running, whether this is Egghead or Thriller Bark, you kind of can do whatever. So, alright, fine with that. Also, why going second's decent. Being able to play around stuff there. And then, alright, we have Ben Beckman, so we don't have to worry about this too much. I have these here. Let's see if we can find X-Drake. Alright, we can't, so that kind of stinks. Out of these options, I guess we'll just grab Cav then. And I feel like I just bought them a couple times here. Because I could drop this and swing again. Pretty much, yeah, all I got. So I'll attack them here first, see what they do. Okay, cool. They didn't block there. So then we put 3 on here. Attack, get rid of that. Alright, we get another Ben Beckman. Alrighty. Okay. We're gonna drop down Cav, use leader ability, swap these 2 around, and attack him again here. So, alright, get rid of both of those there. We'll see if they throw the Nico Raba down here, which I assume they'll do because then they'll have this. But we have Ben Beckman who clip this here. Alright, cool. They do not. So, alrighty. Fine with that. So what do we have 5 for? Oh, another Kiku? Okay. I mean, chill with that, I guess. So I'll have 7, we have 1. Alright, let's do this. Because Ben Beckman also, too, will allow us to keep attacking them face while clipping their stuff and not have to worry about it. So, we're still obviously, yeah, playing around stuff here, so we'll do that, get rid of that there. Do this, and then attack him again here, minus that down. So we can just be on him. We got a shot, because again, I have another Ben Beckman. We want to go for this there as well, and then I want to throw down Hawkins, because if they attack Luffy here, then next turn we can still keep Kid up, or potentially audible as well into the Law here. If I get Law set up, we might be chilling. So, alright, they do that. Fine with it. And then, yeah, we'll see what they throw down here. Okay. We're okay with that. And then they're throwing down Kuma. Okay. Alright, so we got this. If I had a Chroma power reduction, that'd be sick. We could drop this down. Alright, well, let's attack him here. See if they get anything silly. and then potentially like audible off of that. So, all right, we'll attack him again here. Because right now I can be, yeah, defensive enough to not have to care. So, attack him again. See what they do. So, all right, they got a hog back. They're throwing a hog back out. Okay. Don't need to worry about that too much. And then we'll attack him again here. But again, Ben Backman helping take some pressure off the board. And again, not have to worry about Kiku. We should be pretty much force them, if this is Thriller Bark, they have to have Moria here and like heal. Or they might be cooked. So, all right, they're in the Hawkins. We got to see if, yeah, we can hit something off in this. To have Makino want to play out Killer, so we can make a play around Makino. You go for game if needed. So yeah, we get Killer on the board, and then we can go like a super crazy high-powered attack if they yeah, don't have anything there. We do this. So they're attacking me. Okay, I'm taking one. Okay, and then we'll do that there. See what they throw down. Okay, Bonnie. Alright, just block this here. Alright. Well, they're leaving one up, so if they have, we can just do this, to be honest. Alright, and then yeah, none they could have done there with any of the stuff, but yeah, Ben Backman helping to relieve some pressure so we can keep attacking face. And yeah, I also kind of like going second in this one just because of being able to get him or any of our other stuff kind of set up. Forces them. Again, Kid, I think, too, very important in this matchup, especially if you go second. Being able to hit him going turn 2 into any of our cards is very strong just because getting the blocker on the board if you need to, or also being able to have just, again, the 5k for all of our cards is super good. Alright, we got some Boa here. We'll rip first, and I'm going to hold on to this because we have a turn 1 play. Basically, we have, yeah, plenty of stuff we can do here, and be able to go pretty quick with it. So, see what they do off of this. If they do this move here, I recommend do not attack them this next turn. So we're just gonna drop this down, call it good there. So I don't want to deal with this without having something fun on the board. So once we get X-Drake, then I'm fine with hitting that there. So they're throwing down Boa, which is fine. But then again, this next turn we'll attack them, see what they get off of that, I guess. Then we get some card draw. We can get rid of the Hiyori, so in case they have that event or anything that bounces us back, then I'll get the 2k back. So I am fine with that as well. And yeah, we'll take this one. Okay, we get Kid. It is decent, but yeah, let's swing here, see what they do. Because they could block. But if they did block here, then when I drop X-Drake, I would target the Boa here. Because even though we do lose one, I feel like better than dealing with this. So we can do this and this then. Attack him there, get rid of that. And yeah, we will lose a life because of their thing here, which is a little annoying, but clear the board, and we get a Barto, and we have Kid. So we can be somewhat annoying at least. Alright, they're throwing down Kuma. Alright. Then a single attack here. We're fine with that. So we know the second one is something silly. So don't have to worry about that. Could drop down another X-Drake here, but we'll attack him here. Hope this isn't something with a trigger. Because if it is, we might just be cooked. But if we got Ben Beckman, though, we do have X-Drake to do some fun stuff with. So yeah, that's not ideal. So that means I'm gonna have to pivot probably here, and with both of those. So all right, we'll do both of these here then. Attack him again. So we know this is something they can play because they put it there with Hiyori. Then we'll, yeah, play out. What did it be at? 8 next turn? Okay. So, at least it's this one where we get the card info. It's, I'd rather deal with that than the other stuff here. So we can throw this here. We'll put one on there. And then another one here. Attack him again. And then we're just going to gamble. That's all we can do, really. With, yeah, hoping they don't have anything too crazy. So, or, interesting, they're going to do that. Okay. So we'll throw down our kid and Barto blocker. We'll get info of like everything else in their hand. This will be an interesting turn. It just kind of depends on what they're able to play. So if they play just like one character, we could make a play for board. Again, we might have blockers and stuff, and then we can drop Law. It'll just be, it's gonna be close, to be honest. It just kind of depends on, we get a little bit more. If I get some 2Ks, we'll be in a decent spot. So we'll just go from there. All right, we're fine with that. Then we can play out. Well, that stinks. That's a very unfortunate. That yeah, don't get anything off of that. So all right, yeah, we'll do that there. 8 on 7, we do this. So we'll see another 8 on 7. I have to make the play, I guess, to keep that up. So we'll do that and that. So they're leaving 1. Okay. We get this here. So I think we just do some board control then, because I can afford it. So let's attack him here. They sold out on a lot of cards. So, oh, we get Ben Beckman. Things you love to see that. Alright, then we'll attack him here. See if we get something out of their hand. Alright, cool. We'll drop this down. Attack him 10 on 5. And then again, we're still just going to be gambling. Alright. Well, it kind of stinks, but it is what it is. Because we can at least do, yeah, this and this here. Get another one there. Attack him again. 11 on 5. Play some more life lottery. Looks like they probably got something else stinky. So we might just be cooked off of that. Alright, they do not, so. Alright, well, this is pretty much pivotal turn. We got one blocker. We got a little bit of stuff here. I mean, if they play anything big, like the bow and stuff, we can at least survive. But yeah, we pretty much have to go for it next turn. So, because yeah, if they play their big boa drop, that's 9. Lost to stay in it. It would just kind of depend on, again, the stuff they get here and how many 2Ks they have in hand, because they're up to 7 cards, which is not the best, but we can go from there. So, or they're doing Rayleigh. Okay. Well, we'll just do that. So, I'm fine with that, because, yeah, keep this up. We have 2 and both of those. So, alright, they have the bow in here and didn't play it, that'd be kind of crazy. But I think they don't know X-Drake's ability. So, alright. Fine with taking that. I assume they have the unblockable event, so I'm going to have to do this here. So, but we also have, oh yeah, we also have this, I forgot. So it doesn't really matter. Because I forgot we have a law. Okay. See if we can draw it out. Because then we'll definitely win next turn. Yeah. Alright, cool. Select 2 cards to trash. This and this here. Do both of those. Oh, okay, that was interesting, but alright, we're still good there. Oh, I guess it'd be transferring them to minus 2k over, maybe. So, Law coming in clutch to make it so we don't have to worry about yeah, any shenanigans. We'll attack them 7 on 5, see what they do. Alright, and then we can attack them 10 on 5. So, alright, they did have the boa, but interesting, again, they went Rayleigh, I guess trying to go for the game there instead. But if I was them, I would have played boa, just because, again, the gamble. But even if they did play boa, we were at 1. I could have then made a play with X-Drake, again, attack them, minus this down, and then if needed, Ben Beckman that. But it was still then, we probably would have been cooked though, just because of this here. But yeah, I think we would have had to go for that turn regardless, and then yeah, it would just depend on just what random card they got there, and if it was anything they could play out with. But yeah, there we go against Boa. Again, you got to be, a lot of times it's against yellow, so it's just gambling, but being able to be selective and play boards sometimes, especially if you're up on life and can afford to lose one off their leader ability. Again, you're just going to lose the one, and then you can try to wipe out most of their board the best you can. Because, again, we're able to go pretty wide, so you can be annoying with especially our little characters and kind of overwhelm them to set up a kill shot. That's how it works. Because most of our high power stuff, because, yeah, look at their hand here. They don't have any Dawn up. Again, chances are they are probably very bricked in hand. And then especially to the info we got earlier, when they sold out and got rid of like all the 1Ks, when they sold this stuff out, when they got rid of all 3 of those, that's the kind of the knowledge that you can go off in, that they might be bricked in hand and don't have 2Ks. All right, we got Kaido here. I'm going to keep this because we have Luffy we can search with, see if we can find anything fun. So, all right, they're throwing down Queen. All right, we get Ben Beckman, so that's cool. Might come in handy later. But out of our stuff here. All right, we'll throw Luffy down, see what we can find. If I have Ben, we can hold off on that. So I guess we'll go with Hawkins here, and we'll throw Hawkins down as well. Next turn, I might have to do just a couple swings and go from there. So, I'll finally take this one. Alright, we get X-Drake, so, okay, cool. That will help us out a bunch later on. So, yeah, let's drop this down. And then we'll just swing 5. See what they do off of that. Okay. Put 1 there, and then just load up here. We get a 2K out of their hand. And go from there. But X-Ray pivotal in this matchup, because when they play stuff like this, it's so you can negate any of their things. But we'll see. It will be tough if they get a bunch of their rush guys. Those are the ones that give me the biggest troubles. But outside of that, being able to play around, keeping everything on board is very good. So see what they throw down here and go from there. So they throw down Bond Clay. All right. And then also throwing down the stage. Okay. So hitting us here. See what we can find off of that. So there's 2 of them. That. We'll throw down another killer here. And that can be our move there. So yeah, with them having the full board, we want to throw this guy down. So we can not have to deal with that. We'll do this here. So we can, yeah, hit him for a 7 on 5. All right, and then I'm going to hold on to Luffy just for the power reduction. But then we'll do this here. Hit him again, 8 on 5. Because depending on what they do, again, we have X-Drake to protect our board from getting KO'd. And then we just kind of got to counter some stuff a little bit. So, all right, I'm fine with taking this one. We'll just see what they throw down and go from there. Because we have 2Ks. And then if I need to throw this down. All right, cool. They throw this here. So I'll do that. This is why I'm glad I get to show you guys why X-Drake's important. So if they do drop this guy down, we're kind of chilling. So that's good. Forces them to do that. All right, and then pretty much have a turn. So I could probably just drop this down and tee off on them for a good couple swings here. So we'll attack them 7. Attack him here, 7 on 5. Yeah, X-Drake important because it protects the Supernovas. So we'll drop this down. Do that here. We'll attack him 7 on 5 again. So see what they get off the search. Alright, they grab King. We attack him 8 on 5. Alright, and then swap these around. Attack him 8 on 5 again. So, see if they can counter out. But, okay, they cannot. So, awesome this matchup. Yeah, if they have, again, the KO field stuff, we're kind of, again, X-Drake, crazy hard counter against this deck. Just because, again, most of their, depending on their top end stuff that they're running, they want to KO like everything on the board. And X-Drake is kind of funny, just stops it. So, that's cool there. But, yeah, normally, yeah, the ones I have to watch out for is if they get a bunch of these guys. These ones make things not great. Just because you literally can't attack them because of they can't be KO'd. So, but outside of that though, again, X-Drake, massive in this matchup.